Smiling faces, the family way. Margaret Lewin Quilting will make your day.
Hi, I'm Margaret Lewin and welcome to Margaret Lewin Quilting. Today I've got something a little bit different for you. I received an email from a woman by the name of Laura who works for Nancy Notions. For those of you that are not aware, Nancy's Notions actually started out as a Nancy Zeman company. And Laura reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in receiving a box of some of their goodies, things that are directly Nancy's Notions products alone, and then things that are other products. So I obviously said I would love to see some different products from them. Nancy's Notions is someplace that I have purchased from before and I will purchase from again. So this is the box that I received, and I'm going to open it up for you and show you what they sent me, which is, like I said, pretty exciting. So the box is pretty full, if I can get it up here so you can see it. So I'm going to go through the items one by one and tell you what they are. So the first thing that I'm seeing is a split tumbler template. So this is a Nancy's Notions product only. And I can definitely feel that there is a ruler of some sort in the center of this. On the back it shows that there are instructions in here to complete 4 different projects: a pillow, a table runner, and then 2 different quilts. In the 2 quilts, although the blocks are the same, the way they've laid them out, they look completely different. So I think that's pretty cool. I like it when you get a ruler that you can make all different looks with the same ruler. So it's a nice one. That's a nice little project, especially for a beginner quilter. This would be great because they can learn how to cut blocks, so that's working with a ruler. Plus, give them the ability to look at different designs and play with the piecing of the blocks. So nice little thing in there. The next thing in here, yep, this is a biggie. This is Nancy's Notions, let me make sure I get the name right, Easy Half Square Triangle Template. These are cool because what this will do is make 8 half square triangles at once. For those of you who do not use triangles on a roll or something like that, this would be a great way to make half square triangles because you can do 8 at once. So what happens is you take a large square, depending upon what size in the instructions it tells you, you draw lines in the dashed areas. You will sew on those lines. I think you're going to sew on those dashed lines, and then you cut. And what happens is you end up making 8 half square triangles at once. So this is another cool notion. Like I said, this is a Nancy's Notions ruler directly. So neat. That's a cool thing. The other thing is it makes 11 different sizes of half square triangles. And it starts at 1 5/8, so little teeny tiny ones, all the way up to 6 1/4, which is a large size half square triangle. So that's another neat one. This is Clover's. If you've followed me for a while, you know I like Clover's products. I've used them and I will continue to use them. This is a seam gauge. So what you can do is use the presser foot that's included in here and then this long ruler to gauge a distance in between strips or in between quilting. So let's say you were going to do, let me grab this. Let's say you were going to make this quilt here and you wanted to quilt straight lines horizontally across it. Then what you would do is you would sew your first straight line. Then you take this notion and let's say you wanted to stitch them 2 inches apart. You would put your presser foot on and you would move the gauge to 2 inches. Then you would follow that line, first sewn line. You would come out with really nice 2-inch quilting lines. So those are neat rulers if your sewing machine doesn't come with that option. So nice ruler. or nice notion. So the next item that is in this neat little box is these really nice bobbin keepers. These work great to keep your bobbins and your thread organized together. I used these type of things in the past, and with my new bobbins, I've recently upgraded to a new machine, and with my new machine, these don't hold my bobbins, so this will be great. These just stick on the end, and I'll show you how, because they really are kind of neat. Let me get it open. Okay. So what you do is you take your bobbin and you pinch this together and you stick it through your bobbin, then you pick up your thread and you pinch this together again and you just push it down in there and it keeps the two of them together. So that's a neat little notion. I like these types of things. I'm going to have to make sure that I use these. So the next item I'm seeing is this book that's called Fun with Strips. These are made out of 2.5-inch strips, and look at what she also included, a thing of the Bosel 2.5-inch batting strips. These batting strips make it so quick and easy to make any of these jelly roll type or 2.5-inch strip type projects. So this is really cool. And then the book has 5 different projects included. There are placemats and coasters, baskets. That's a cute basket to use for your yarn. A bag with great leather type handles on it. And then I love this basket especially. It's getting to be spring here in northern New York State, and this would be fantastic to hold my clothespins so things can hang out on the line to dry. So this is a nice book with different things in it. The next thing she has is a fussy cut ruler, and let's see, this is also a Nancy's Notions exclusive ruler. So neat ruler. And when I turn it over, I'm going to slide these 2 grips aside. When I slide it over, I can see the ruler, and the ruler's really nice because of a couple things. Number 1, it's clear. Number 2, it's got really distinctive lines so that you can see what is diagonal and what is straight up and down, especially because the lines are different. So what they've done is they've coded the 1/4-inch line to be just a dash. They've done the diagonal lines to be a dash and a dot, and then the straight grain lines to be solid. So that makes it really nice so that if you need to fussy cut something, you can. So you can keep things on the straight of grain or on the bias, whatever it is that you need to do for your project. And it includes 3 template sizes. So you've got a 5-inch, a 6.5, and a 9.5. 9.5 is a large size, especially for what we as quilters call fussy cutting. So nice thing to have. If any of you have watched me for a while, you know I use a stiletto all the time. Whenever I make any of my bags, I use one. She's included a little fingertip stiletto, and it's from Missy's. And Missy is from Traditional Primitives. Nice little finger one. Be great for when you're going on a retreat or a day class, something like that, just to throw in your notions bag to use in the event that you need a little stiletto. The best part about it is, I'm certain you can't see from there, but it does adjust to the size of your finger. So that's a really cool thing. The next thing that I'm seeing is a roll and press. Now, these are used when you're doing things like pressing any type of a seam or a fold, but the nice thing about it is it's not going to pull on your fabric and it's not going to stretch your fabric. So like if you're pressing a half square triangle, when you go across it, you do have to be careful not to stretch the fabric. And this one says it will not stretch your fabric. And it also prevents seam impressions on the front side of the paper. Let's see what else it says. It says it's comfortable to handle. They say it's ideal for paper piecing, and they also say it's ideal for gluing down fabric. So so a good example of that would be, I always am using a 1/4 inch fusible webbing to fold something over a 1/4 of an inch when I've got to turn around and go and top stitch it. Especially when I'm hemming things, I always just roll it a 1/4 and then another 1/4 and then sew it. So what would happen with this is, once I fused it, in order to make it stick to my fabric, I could just roll this over the top of it. So another really great option, especially when sewing bags. I think this would come in very handy. Let's see what's next. Okay, I've got 2 more things in here. This one open. This is a bag, and inside it looks like there's a panel. And sure enough, there is a very, very cute panel. And I believe, let's see what it says on it. Let me turn it around so I can see it a little bit too. Oh, how sweet. A very nice panel. There's different seasons. Most of all, let love guide your life. So nice, a bunch of nice different inspirational sayings on this one. I'll hold it right up so that you can see the whole thing. Isn't that cool? So very, very nice. Could do a lot with this panel. What you could do is cut it up and frame each one of the blocks and then put it together again as a quilt. You could cut it apart and put it together as a table runner. This might be a really nice thing to do as a lap quilt for somebody who, you know, may need something to keep them warm just over their legs. So very, very nice. That's a nice little thing. I'm gonna try to get this back into the bag. Well, I'll save that. Then the last item I have is really cool. I have one of these. These are very, very useful tools. And what they are called is clappers or pressers or something like along those lines. So what this is when you press a seam of any sort, you get your seam pressed, and while it's still hot, many times we're using steam with it, you take this clapper and you lay it right over your seam while it's still hot. And what that does is the wood absorbs the moisture, and also because of the weight of it, it presses your seams down nice and flat. So great tool. Another really nice tool. So this box is just brimming with some really great notions from Nancy's Notions. And for those of you who stuck all the way around to the end, because I obviously didn't announce it in the beginning, I wanted you to know that I am going to be giving all of these products away to you guys. What I will be doing is picking one person for each product. So one person will get this. When it comes to the fabric strip book and the Bosel interfacing strips, those are going to go out as one gift, okay? Because those definitely belong together. So what you need to do to qualify for this is just a couple of really easy things. First one, leave a comment below. Tell me what your favorite notion was. Say hi to me. Whatever it is that you'd like to say, go for it. The next thing I would like you to do is to go out to my website, and I would really like it if you would please subscribe to my newsletter. That's it. I do ask that you be United States residents only because of the shipping costs. And if you're under the age of 18, please make certain that you have your parents' permission prior to entering. That's it, guys. That's all I ask of you. So if you'd like to be in on this neat little giveaway, just leave a comment below and go out and subscribe to my website. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I really would appreciate it.